Here with senior Kendall Williams. Kendall, you guys are coming off a hard road trip. 2 matches last week, one against Simon Fraser and another against number 16 Western Washington. Lost both, but had some really good rallies. Why don't you talk a little bit about your takeaways?
I think especially in our game against Western Washington, we have a lot of positives to take away. There was a lot of long rallies. Against Western on Saturday, it's some of the best that we've played in a while, especially the first 2 matches. We played pretty close with them, competed really hard, especially when we have one of our players out right now. So I think there's a lot of positives to take away from that. We kind of grew as a team on Saturday, made some changes, and hopefully we can carry that into this next week.
So this week are the last 2 home matches of the 2015 season, your last 2 home matches as a senior. Talk a little bit about what your focus is this week.
Myself personally, I'm very focused this week. I want to end my career at home on a positive note, and this year has been a little tough for us on the home court, and so I think these are 2 teams that we can get a win on both. Any GNAC team will come in and compete at any night. Anyone can beat anyone, so we definitely have to play at our best level. But they're, again, 2 teams that we can get some wins, so we just got to keep focused, really tough practices this week, and make some changes from this past trip and just come out really focused, knowing that we're right there with these 2 teams. So it's kind of which team battles the hardest throughout the whole match.
And talking about consistency, you yourself as an individual has been one of the most consistent members of this program. You just passed Chelsea Walter actually as number 8 in sets played in MSUB, and now you've passed Natalie Bill as number 2 for assists. Talk a little bit about consistency in yourself.
Like you said, I've played a lot of matches here at MSUB, and so each one has been different, and especially as a senior, like I said, I want to be as consistent as I can, especially this week for the team. If I'm consistent and I play at a high level, I can hopefully bring that out of the rest of the team, and we can all play at that high level this week and get a couple big wins, just kind of end our season on a positive note, especially going into the last 2 weeks are tougher games. So it's pretty cool to think about all the matches that I've played here at MSUB. It's hard to believe it's been that many and how fast it's gone. So just got to cherish.
Here with senior Audrey Mars. Audrey, coming off of 2 road games, you're going to be home this week for the last 2 matches of the 2015 season. Talk a little bit about where you think the team is at right now.
Well, obviously being on the road is difficult with traveling like that, but we're excited to be home and back on our home court. And so we're looking forward to being in our own gym, getting in some good work this week, and then competing hard on Thursday and Saturday.
So let's talk about adjustments. You won the first set against Seattle Pacific on the road, and then you dropped the next 3. What is it going to take this week in order to come out with a win against the Falcons?
I think we've talked about, especially this week, that we need to outwork and outdefend teams. And I think that will be a big part of our mentality going against Seattle Pacific, is that we are here to out-defend them. And so I think we're going to focus a lot on that this week at practice, and then hopefully show up on Thursday to do so.
And then on Saturday during senior night, you're going to be playing St. Martin's, a team that you beat on the road, but always a tough contest in the GNAC. Talk a little bit about what the team wants to do and what you want to do on Saturday.
Obviously, since it's senior night, we want to show up and have a really good competition by both teams. And so again, we want to outwork and outdefend and have a really competitive battle mode mentality match. And so I think that's the goal going into this whole weekend, especially Saturday, that we're going to take care of business this week.
Great. Thanks, Audrey. I'm here talking with MSUB head coach Lisa Axel. Lisa, the team's coming off a tough road competition. Why don't you talk a little bit about the adjustments that you made in last week's matches to come out with some good rallies, and then what you're going to working on for this week.
We had a good conversation after our Simon Fraser match about just going out there and competing and kind of holding each other accountable for doing your job and what you need to do and what you're bringing to the team. And I thought they really adjusted well the first couple sets against Western Washington. We came out and we were a lot more aggressive. We were taking some chances and played really well for those first 2 sets, and then kind of trailed off again in that last set. So just still working on the consistency for an entire match.
And then this week, you're going to see two teams, obviously, that you've seen before. The first team in Seattle Pacific, you played really well during the first set and took it to them, and then dropped the next three. And then in St. Martin's, you got the sweep. But it's always tough, obviously, in the GNAC. Talk a little bit about the two teams and kind of what your goals are.
Yeah, I mean, any night in the GNAC is a tough night, no matter what the record of your opponent is. On any given night, anybody could win. So we have to make sure that we're preparing for each of our opponents this week. Seattle Pacific, they run a very fast offense, fastball to their outside, and that gave us a little bit of trouble last time, so we got to work on being able to adjust to that. We played pretty well at St. Martin's, but, you know, again, they've been improving as the season goes along, so we got to come in and prepare for both of them equally.
And then these two matches are your last two matches at home for the 2015 season. Senior night on Saturday with Audrey Mars and Kendall Williams. Let's start with Audrey Mars. She's only been here a year, but definitely has been an impact player for you.
Yeah, Audrey has done a great job. She came in and gave us a little bit of playing experience, especially in our middle position. She's done a great job helping out our two freshman middles become a little bit more comfortable with the fast pace of the game. So she's done a great job kind of mentoring some of our younger players. And she's also just done a great job of solidifying our middle offense. She's taken some huge swings for us. She's done a great job blocking, so it's going to be hard to see her go. We've only had her for one semester, but it's been fun to have her up here.
And then your second senior, Kendall Williams, four-year player, four-year starter. She's been in every match and every set. Talk a little bit about Kendall and what she has meant to this program.
Kendall has meant so much to me as a coach. She's been here since I've been here. We've kind of been through it all together so far in these 4 years, and she's battled through injuries and just has been a great competitor for us. And she's been able to run our offense for 4 years, and I don't have to worry about that. And she's just been a rock for us, and it's going to be hard to see her go, and just that feisty competitiveness that she has. And she's done such a great job of putting our hitters in good situations, and you know, whether we get a good pass or not, she's always putting that ball up so our hitters can take that big swing.
And she's also breaking some records down the stretch. Talk a little bit about her ability to be so consistent for you.
Yeah, I mean, whether she's hurting from an injury or whether she's, you know, the first couple matches, she's very consistent for us. So the fact that she's been able to play through some of the stuff that she's gone through is amazing. She's a very tough person, and you know that helps when you're on the court all the time to be able to break some of those records. But just the intangibles that she's had throughout her 4 seasons is going to be what we're going to miss. Just her level of dedication, her volleyball IQ, and just her willingness to work hard each and every time she's on the court.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.